Good morning. A little bit about what visual storytelling is and why in the world should I care. Um, Visual storytelling is kind of like taking everything you have around you in with your eyes. We are visual creatures. We eat with our eyes. We take in lots of information uh, all the time. We process visual information and our eyes see messages 36,000 times an hour. Now, I want you to stop and think about that for a minute. Who does what 36,000 times in an hour? Like tasks. It's mind boggling when you think about the fact that your brain processes that much in only 60 minutes. That's like 3,000 items in a second. Our brain can see an image that lasts only 13 milliseconds. So as as I move back and forth or whatever, if I switched screens really fast, 13 milliseconds that's all it takes. Visual cues we can actually process visual things faster than we can text. So you have this little bit of text on the screen, and you also have this visual of somebody's hand in the water, and that visual of that hand in the water, is it telling us a story that this person is a coin out into the water? Are they swimming? Are they struggling? We don't know, but we process that visual information, and then our brain starts doing things with it. So we might even be telling our own story just with that. So those visual cues that we see in that visual story that we're seeing in this picture in the water, those visual cues can motivate us, and they can trigger our emotions, and they can improve our comprehension. So you say, okay, that's all well and good, Stacy, but why in the world is this important? What do I care? Well, I'm going to quote Pamela Neely, who wrote an article in Practical E-commerce. So we're talking about, e-commerce folks. She says storytelling is one of the marketing world's newest darlings. Storytelling is something that I feel is important to us as humans. Again, back to we're visual creatures, we're also storytelling creatures. We've told stories since the dawn of time. We used to gather in the wintertime, lots of different communities and cultures gather in the wintertime and tell stories because it was cold, everybody's inside, we're telling stories. So storytelling in general is a human concept. And visual storytelling and storytelling in a graphic way is also really important to marketing because of that emotion, motivation, and it kind of cues us to do something. I think we've been using storytelling as a form of marketing. We've been telling people about our stories and about, oh, I shot that bear, or oh, I found these cool plants. They're over here. I'll go get them for you if you trade me something else. We've been doing storytelling since the dawn of time. It's not so much of a shift to think, especially in our digital age, that we are visual storytellers. When I say visual storytelling, what I mean is what does if you just have an Instagram graphic, or if you just have something that you're going to post on Facebook, what story does that tell? In the United States in this last year, we've had this kind of different explosion on social media of graphics and things like that. They are, of memes, and those memes tell a story. They tell a story, sometimes some of them that were negative, sometimes political things, but they gathered people's emotions. They spurred them on to some type of action. So bringing that back to the business situation is the idea of layering and having your own graphics instead of using other people's memes, and instead of, oh, let's just go find a picture of a person in a cave and call that our own storytelling business, we can create our own graphics. There are so many different tools on the apps and different things we can use now. So if you create your own visual story, people are going to recognize that it's you in kind of a split second versus, somebody else's meme that they put up. Not to say that sharing other people's work isn't important. That's actually totally important to do. If you put your own piece of yourself into your graphics, then somebody's going to recognize that it's you. So having branded graphics that are layered and designed and tell a story can be extremely powerful, extremely powerful. Personally, I really like this quote, and I'll leave, this will be the, my last little bit here. This quote from Rob Reiner about, he's a storyteller, a filmmaker, a writer. It says, "I like stories that celebrate life." And I really think that says a lot about the stories that we should be telling. Yes, we may be telling a story about our brand and about something we do and about our business, but isn't our business celebrating our life anyway? Isn't our business celebrating who we are, what we do best, what we enjoy? And then when we're enjoying something, that comes through to other people. So all of those things kind of come together. And if you can tell a story that celebrates life in one visual with maybe a quote on it that fits that and your brand on it, you could motivate people to maybe even just have a good day. Maybe they're not having a good day and they see that one graphic that's brand new that you created, and their whole outlook on their day is just that much the better. So if you want help creating yourself and your future, come over and check out the stories and things that I'm doing over on my website, gocreatewithstacy.com. I also right now have a free Periscope class on how to set up OBS with Periscope. I've got some free social media graphics. I have a freebies page. If you guys have businesses of your own and would like to be on my freebies page, send me a private message and a graphic that you would want to put up, maybe a little blurb about what your business is. And I would love to put my friends on my free resources page over on my website to get you guys some traffic. I think that's something we can always do for each other as business owners. And I just think that's also another way we can we can get our stories out there. But I hope that you found something that you can use in this little video, and please leave me a comment below, send me a private message, and get out there and tell your story today. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Comment below with what you want to learn about this next year so I can plan some great tutorials just for you. And follow me on social media at Stacy Brayka.